Are we live? Hi, good evening, everyone. Hey, good evening, everyone. Is my audio and video okay? Good evening, Harsh. Is my audio and video okay? Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we were creating a copy of Google Meet, right? We have done half of the work. What we have done, first of all, this would this is how it would look. We would have a modal where you would enter a name and you would hit the host a meeting, right? Let me just clarify the flow over here. Enter name and then host the meeting, right? When we hit on host, it will make an API call to slash join, right? In the API call, it will create a new URL, new meeting URL, and it will redirect to this meeting URL, right? By making an API call to slash join slash rooms. Okay. When you enter a name as a host and click on host button, it will make an API call, a get API call to slash join, which will create a new URL and will redirect to the new URL at slash join slash rooms. In this, when you come to this meeting, right, when you enter the URL, when you enter, you have this pop-up where you have the meeting ID. You can copy or close this, and you have this UI where in the center there would be a div with your name as an H1, right? Your live video, a mute option, a stop video option, an invite option, and leave meeting option, right? So when we have the join rooms, in this we require some name, right? We require a name and the meeting ID. So it will render an EJS, okay? Because we require some variables with ID and name, okay? In this EJS, we would make some socket API calls, socket calls, where it would join new room, then it should broadcast to everyone that a new user has joined. And if a new user is disconnecting, so there would be a disconnection broadcast as well, right? This we have already done. Are there any doubts in this flow? So you entered a name, a new URL get created. It redirects you to slash join slash rooms. It renders an EJS with variables of ID and name. It made some socket API calls for the broadcasting that this new user has joined, right? And over here, a new box should come up with the new user, right? Is there any doubt in this flow? Is there any doubt in this flow? No? Awesome. For EGS, because we are going to require EGS, we need app.set the engine, the view engine, as EJS. Okay, we required EJS. This is how we set it. On the backend, we need the PRJS, right? So we require three lines. First of all, again, uh, express peer server from your PRJS, right? Then call this function with debug true if you want the debug to be true, right? And uh, you need to pass this to as a middleware app.use add some URL and this function, right? Three things, three lines you need to put, or two lines you need to put to get the PRJS on the backend. Now, what happens is PRJS means you are connecting end to end. It uses something called WebRTC, which is basically sockets for media, right? Live video. So you have a front end. It just creates. It just so we have a server and we have another front end, right? This server just becomes an intermediary. So on the front end, you just need to pass where you are serving the PRJS. So for example, in app.use, if over here I write slash PRJS, so I just need to pass the PRJS slash PRJS that okay, you have a different server running for PRJS just to transfer and take care of the IDs. Whatever video this is sending, it goes to the server. It is not saved on the server, it directly passes to the next person, right? And the opposite is also true. Okay. For this, we saw that we have something called Navigator dot, one second, Navigator dot get user media. Get user media, which in which you have to pass you want video as true and audio as true if you want to use both video and audio, and it gives you a callback with the stream, right? Whatever, for example, I am live right now, correct? So my video, suppose this is my video, is divided into multiple small parts for let's say 10 seconds, right? This 10-second is called a stream. This 10-second part is called a stream. So everything uh, goes as a stream over the WebRTC, right? So this stream you get, now you have to simply make the peer dot call and show it in the video tag. Okay, so this is stream, whatever the video I am getting from my camera and my mic, it comes as a stream. Whatever you want to do in the stream, you do that, right? If you want to make an call to a different person, you use peer.call. If you want to show it live over here, so this is a video tag. If I right click and show you the inspect element, this is a video tag. See, we just pass this stream to the video tag and it plays as a video over here, right? Over H1, I have my name written over here. Okay, and we have the video grid. If more than one person joins, we would create different video grids over here, right? The same div, if we repeat, we will get multiple video with the names over here. Okay, are there any doubts over here? Are there any doubts? This is simply a video playing. What is app.set doing? App.set is for view engines, EJS. Okay, understand this over here. No, Navigator is in JavaScript only. Just like window is there in JavaScript, right? We use window dot something, right? Window dot onload or something like that. Just like that, we have Navigator. In Navigator, all the hardware related stuff, right? For example, what is the OS you are using? What is the uh, version? What is the app code? App version? Is Bluetooth supported? If you want to use Bluetooth, if you want to use clipboard, right? If you want to use geolocation, all the hardware related stuff is there in the Navigator. Because camera and mic both are hardware related stuff, we have it in the Navigator. Navigator is given by the, it is a web API. It is given by the browsers itself. Navigator is for device, what kind of device your user is using, or it is used to connect through different hardwares. It has nothing to do with history, right? You understood the flow? First of all, we would ask for a name, or just like sign up and sign in, either we can create a new meeting or we can join a new meeting on the first go. When we come over here, this is an EJS file. If you come to network, this EJS file gets converted to HTML. If I refresh, see, this is basically serving an EJS, right? We have slash join slash your room ID. This is serving an EJS file, but we receive it as an HTML with the variable values inputted, right? Then if you want, if you look over here, we have multiple socket calls. We have multiple socket calls, and these same socket calls can be used for video as well, right? This peer.js, we have the for the video, right? When a different user joins in, we will show two boxes over here, right? We can mute or we can stop the video. At that time, your name only shows up. We can invite or copy the meeting link and we can leave the meeting, right? Let's come to the code. In server.js, we have already written, we create our app, we create a server, we create our Express app, we set up a port, right? We listen to that port. Now, because we have to pass the server, it needs the HTTP server. Okay, we create it like this. And we pass this server to socket.js as well as to peer.js. Okay, now we need to create a unique ID for every meeting. Then for that, we would use UUID, right? It generates the unique ID like this. It generates a unique ID like this. Okay. Now, for PRGS, we import Express PS server. We call that function, pass in the server and some options. We put it in app.use in the middlewares, right? Now, PRJS server is running at /PRJS. Okay. We have two HTML files. One is static and one is dynamic. So we have one HTML and one EJS. To support EJS, we use app.set view engine as EJS. Okay, and we need to install the EJS module, obviously, right? Now, whenever a user comes to slash, the index.html should the index.html with your asking name, etc., should come up. Okay, there would be two forms over there. One is to host a meeting. One is to host a meeting in which we would just ask the name and we would redirect to /join. Or there would be a button for join a meeting where we would redirect to join old. We will ask for name and the meeting ID and we would redirect to the meeting ID. Right? So there are two things. One is /join where we are creating a new meeting. For that, we create a new meeting using /join at some UUID and we redirect to that URL. Okay. In this, when we make an API call to this /join/rooms, we render room.ejs with room ID and the name. Okay. If we already have a meeting ID, so we would make an API call to /join old and the meeting ID, and we would redirect to that specific meeting ID URL. Now we need to take care of the sockets. Whenever a new person joins, we would make a socket call for join room, which would join that specific room ID and broadcast everybody that a new user is connected. Okay. Then we would set the name of that user. So we would broadcast everybody the name of the new user that is connected, right? And if we disconnect, we would broadcast everybody that the user is disconnected with that specific ID. Okay. Are there any doubts in the server side? Room.ejs is basically just the HTML file where if you want to use a variable, you simply write it like this, right? No doubt. Sumit, any doubt? No doubts? Everything is straightforward as of now, right? Let me revise once more. A user enters a name, right click on the host a meeting, it redirects to /join, which is over here, which redirects to slash, it creates a new URL to slash and redirects to /join/room ID. In /join/room ID, this UI is shown using an engine called EJS. This room.ejs is shown with room ID and the name. Whenever uh, whenever we connect, we join a room, we join the socket room, right, and broadcast everybody that a new user has joined. We set the name to every screen, right? And when the user disconnects, we broadcast everybody that the user disconnects. Straightforward, right? Do we move forward? Now comes the main part. This is I am writing in the front end side. Okay. For socket, for socket. Also remember that you have to run two servers in case of PHS, right? One is running on slash PHS, and one is the port that you are running the server on. Okay, so you have to run two things. One is start peer with peer.js hyphen hyphen port, whatever the port on which you want to run the peer.js, and one is start node server.js. Right. Now there are two servers, so we have to listen to slash for socket, right? And slash peer.js for peer.js, right? Now let's get some elements from your HTML or EJS. Main chat window equal to document dot get element by ID. Main chat window. Right. We need to have the video grids where we would add multiple video streams. So let's have the video grids. Document dot get element by ID. Video grids. Okay. We would have our own video running. So let's have a video. This would be inside a video tag. So let's create a new video tag. Create element. This creates a new video tag, right? Similarly, we require the chat document dot get element by ID chat. Okay, these are the things that we require for our code. Now, um, we need to set the other users, right? Uh, so let's have the other username, put it to string, and my video by default is muted until unless I say it. So let's have muted as true, right? Now, first of all, let's take care of the modal that pops up for the copy and this thing, this modal. Whenever this loads, this modal should pop up. Okay. So to take care of that, we have Windows dot on load. We are using jQuery for this. You can directly use JavaScript. Whenever the document is ready, call this function. Any element with id of get code modal dot modal, set it to show. Right. I hope there are no doubts over here. If there are doubts, please put it in the comments. Right. Now we have to set our peer.js. So let's have our peer equal to, we have to create a new peer object. Right. There is no server. So let's have undefined over here and set up the server path. We are serving it on slash peer.js. Okay. The main host is running at slash, and the port for port for the main server is 3030. Okay. Over here we are serving it at slash peer.js. We have written slash peer.js over here. Right? Your peer server is running on slash peer.js. The main host URL is slash, and the port on which it is running is 3030. Right? Now let's have a variable for my video stream. And let's have an object of all the people who are joining my live. Right? So let's have an object for that. Now we need the get user media from Navigator. We have already learned that. To get user media, it is from Navigator. Navigator.get user media. Okay. If you want to handle multiple browsers over here, just have or Navigator dot, one is WebKit for Mozilla and V8 engines. Get user media, WebKit get user media. If you want to specific have the Mozilla, this is for Chrome and other V8 engines. Right, for Mozilla, we have Navigator dot moz get user media. Okay, so whenever you are writing the front end code, always remember to have multi-browser support in mind. Okay, so if this is not found, it will search for WebKit. If this is not found, it will search for Moz. Okay, because these are web APIs, these are browser dependent. So always take care of multi-browser support. Now, one thing is with this get user media, in this we have to pass, we require the video and we require the audio. Okay, when this is done, then we will get a stream. Right, let us set my video stream to this stream. Okay, to show up my own video. Okay, and let's have a function of add video stream with the video tag, right? The stream and my name. Okay, we will create this function in some time. Now, what we are doing is we are getting the video and audio. If this is getting confusing, you have to use navigator dot get user media. You have to call this function, right? Navigator dot get user media. Call this function whatever you require. You require video and you require audio. It returns you a stream. What you want to do with this stream? You want to set your current stream to that stream, and you want to play that in the video, right? So we pass in the video tag that we have created over the top, document dot create element video, right? You pass in the stream and the name that you want to show over here. So this function, what it do? It will create a video tag, run the video on it, and have the name underneath. Okay, that is the purpose of this function. Now we have to do socket dot on. Whenever a new user is connected, we get an ID and we get a username, right? And let's create another function, connect to new user, right? With the ID, the stream that we are getting, and the name. Okay. So whenever a new user would join in, we would create another box. We would again run the video and show its name, right? Now we have to emit over here socket.emit tell name so that every other person in the room can get the name, my name. Okay, so we have to tell broadcast everybody that I have joined the room. Now similarly, if you user disconnect socket.on user disconnected, we will get an ID, and in this we have to simply remove its video, whatever it's playing, and uh, close that peer, right? So if it was already there in my peers array with the ID, whatever I'm getting, so simply what I would do is peers with the ID dot close. If the user disconnects, I want to close its peer.js. I want to close the connection to that person, right? I hope there are no doubts over here. This is when I get connected. When I get connected, what I want to do is I want to show my video. I want to stream my video. To get the stream, I will have to use navigator dot get user media with the video and audio true. I would get a stream, right? Now I have to set the stream. I have to store it somewhere, right? Then I have to create this box and show my live video and the audio. I would give a new, I would create a new video tag. I would put in the stream and I have to show the name of my name, right? And if this gets emitted, a new user gets, I'm a new user that is joining, right? So what we would call a function called connect to new user. It would get ID, stream, and username, and we would emit that I have joined the room to every other person. Similarly, when the user disconnects, I have to close that peer connection, right? I hope there are no doubts in this function. Are there any doubts in this function? Now, if you're receiving a call, you would receive it on peer.on, right? You have call over here. See, whenever there is a connection, we on front end is making a socket called join room, right? Which is joining a room with that specific ID and broadcasting user connected, right? Broadcasting user connected to every person in that room. That user connected, what the server is broadcasting, I have to accept it, correct? So I accepted that user connected over here. I would receive an ID and a username. It is basically my own ID and username only, no, or some other person, sorry. I would create a new user, I would create a new box, and I would emit back my name to every other person in the room. Now understood, Yogesh? This is handshake basically, right? Okay. Now this was when you have to show your own thing. Now what if we are receiving a call? Some other person joins in and you are receiving a call. So for that we have peer.on call. This would again have a callback, which would have call as its parameter, right? Now again, because we have to show the user video, right? So again, we have to use navigator dot use get user media. So let's have this video to true, audio to true, right? This will receive a callback with the stream. This is when we are getting a call, right? So when we are getting a call, we want to show our video and audio, right? Now this call needs to be answered. So we need to call dot answer with the stream, my own stream. Okay. We are receiving a call. We are receiving a video call. Okay. So when we receive a video call, in when we are answering a call, we need to show our stream or we need to pass in our video to other person, right? So we get our video from this line, we get our stream, and we pass in to whoever is calling so that they can also get our live stream. Okay. If this is getting confusing, just do let me know. Now we have to create a new video, document dot create element, the video, right? And if we are also receiving a stream, so if call.on, we are receiving a stream, okay? What should we do? We should add the video to video over here, right? We have to add a new box and show the other person's video. So we would call add video stream, the video tag, the remote stream, and the other person's username. This we would get it from socket. So let's forget about it for now. Right. When we will get the call, when somebody else is calling. See, if somebody is calling you, if suppose I am calling Yogesh, right? Or Yogesh is calling me. What are the steps that I need to take when Yogesh is calling me? First of all, I need to capture that event that some person is calling me, right? Video calling me. To capture that event, we would require peer.on call, okay? And we would receive the call details over there. Now, we are get we accepted an event that somebody is calling us. When somebody is calling us, first of all, we need to show our video as well to the other person. To show our video, how would I get the video? I would get the video using this line, get user media with video and audio is true, and I would get a stream. This stream, I would pass to Yogesh, right? So that he can also see me. To pass my stream to Yogesh, I would require this line, call.answer with my stream. Now, I also want to see Yogesh's live video. So I have to create a new video tag and I need to get an event, right? There is an event that Yogesh is also giving his live feed to me. So I will get it in call.on stream with his stream, right? And I would create a new box, put in the video tag and put his stream in this video tag. Okay. I also want to put his name, so let's put Yogesh over there. Now understood this function? Yogesh, did you understood this function now? Is there any doubt in this function? Meeting and call is the same thing. Here, multiple calls are allowed, multiple meetings are allowed, multiple persons are allowed. Okay? Call and meeting are the same thing. Okay. We made a call, we received a call. Right? Now, let's do this. Let us emit the join room so that we join to a specific room from the backend. When would we do that? We would do that when your peer.js is working or when we have the open event. Okay, your peer.js would give you an ID, the peer ID or my specific ID for this call or meeting, and I would emit the socket to join the room with room ID, the peer ID, and my name. Okay, so whenever your PRJS is ready or open, we would emit join room, which will come over here. It will join a room. It will broadcast everybody that a new user is joined, right? So this now I have to. There is an event called add name that we are emitting, right? Whenever a new person joins a room, we are adding his name to our servers. For example, if me and Yogesh are talking, whenever Yogesh is joining a room, his name gets populated to my system as well, so that my system can also see his name, right? So we have to capture that event as well. Add name, the username that we are getting, right? And we simply put other username to this username, right? This is a demo application, so I'm not going too deep into one specific step. But you guys are getting the gist, right? Are there any doubts still here? So we created our own stream, right? We will create this function in just one time, 1 minute, right? Uh, when I want to call somebody, whenever my stream is active, by default it would be active. We would make, uh, we would create a box, show my video over there, right? This is a video tag, the stream and my name, right? We will broadcast everybody with my name. We would call connect to new user and we would emit my name to every other person. Similarly, we would have when a user disconnects, get the peer ID out of the all the peers object. When I receive a call, I would stream my video to the other person. I would receive his video and put show it in a box, right? Whenever your PRJS is ready, whenever we have an open event, we would emit join room, which would join the room and broadcast everybody that new user is joined. And when we receive add name, we would simply put other user name to this, right? This is all the events that we need. I hope there are no doubts. There are no doubts. Awesome. So how many functions we need to create? We need connect to new user and add video stream. So first let's connect to new user. Whenever we are connecting to a new user, we would have an ID stream and a username, right? We would have a user ID, we would have a stream, and we would have my name, right? In JavaScript, you can call the function after before you even declare it. This is called hoisting, right? See, I am defining this function over here, but I am calling it way above. I'm calling it in line number 35, but I am defining it in line number 62. What JavaScript does is it would uh, it would try to find out if there is uh, a variable declared with this value in the whole file, right? This is called hoisting. Anyways, so let's have a call we would have peer dot call. We would call this user ID with the streams, right? Now again we have to create the video tag. So let's create the video tag document dot create element the video tag, right? And this call dot on, whenever we would receive a stream of any user video stream, we would create a new box. To create a new box, we have add video stream, right? We would pass in the video tag that we have created. We would pass in the user video stream, and we pass in the name of my name. Okay. Now call ends. If call dot on close, what we need to do? We simply need to remove the video dot remove. We remove the video that is showing on our UI, right? And we remove any unused diffs that we are creating throughout, right? Uh, unused diffs. Okay. We remove our video tag and we remove any unused diffs that we have. Okay. And when we are connecting to a new user, we have an object called PS. We put in the user ID equal to your call object. Okay, so this is the first function. Now let's create remove unused diffs. Let us create a puts remove unused diffs. In this, let's have the all diffs. Inside the video grids, I will get element by tag name. Okay, I want to remove all the diffs that is inside this. So let's have a loop for I equal to 0. I is less than all diffs dot length I plus plus, right? Uh, let's have the element and remove it one by one. All diffs I dot get element by tag name. If there are any video tag inside it, dot length. If there are any video tag inside it, E is 0. Let's remove this. All diffs dot I dot remove. Right? If there are no video tags, we remove the unused diffs. Right? If there are video tags, that is they are active, right? We have already removed the video tag over here. After removing the video tag, we want to remove all the diffs which do not have any video tag. So we created this function. So whenever a new user gets connected, we will call to that user ID, right, with our stream. We will create a video tag. We will pass in, we will create a box which shows the stream. If your connection is closed, we would remove the video tag and remove all the unnecessary divs. Right? And at the last, we will put in the user ID in our PS object. PS is an empty object right here. Here. This simply is a database of all the user connected. It stores the call object. Okay. If there are any doubts, just put in the chat box. Right. What else do we need? We needed a function for add video stream, right? Let's create add video stream. This will receive a video tag element. Video element, it will receive a stream. It would receive a name. Right. What we want to do over here is, first of all, we want to put this stream inside this video tag. So video tag.el src object equal to your stream, right? Video el dot add event listener. Whenever the metadata is loaded, so we would have loaded metadata. In this, we would receive a callback. We would play the video. So video el dot play. Right. We received a stream, we received a video element, and we received a name. In this video element, we want to put in the stream. So video element dot src object equal to stream, right? And whenever the metadata is loaded, that is, this video tag is ready to play the video, we play the video. Okay. We also need to show the name. So we would create an h1. So constant h1 equal to document dot create element h1, right? Uh, let's set up the name. So h1 name is equal to document dot create text node with the name, right? And inside this h1 we need to put the h1. So we would do h1 dot append child this h1 name. Okay, so we have our video playing, we have our h1. Okay, now we want to add it to the grid. We want to create a new box and add it in the grid. Constant video grids or grid equal to document dot create element, a new div we want to create. Okay, and video grid. So whenever there is a video, we want to put in the video grid class. Okay, so video grid dot class list dot add video grids or grid, right? So it will create a new div with the class of video grid, and we want to append this h1 inside this div. So let us do that. Video grid dot append child this h1. Okay, in our main video grids, in all the grids, we want to append this child video grid. Okay, we have our main video grids, right? Document.getElementById video grids. This is the parent. and we have appended a new children with the class of video grid, right? So there is a main box inside which there would be multiple small boxes, right? Inside this video grid, we want to append our video. So let's append our video tag. Okay. So first we have a video tag. In this we put in the stream. We played that video by default, right? We created an h1. We appended the name inside this h1. Now we created a new box. We append it inside your main parent. We append the name inside it and we append the video tag. Right. If there are unused ifs, let's remove any unused ifs. Okay. So this is this. One more thing. Let's see how many total users are joined in. So we will get it from document dot get element by tag name video dot length. Okay, this would tell us how many users are joined in, and the total number of users if total users is more than one, then we want to divide this whole container into multiple small things, right? We want all the users to be adjacent. So you can also do it with CSS. I am just showing you how to do it with JavaScript. Okay, let I equal to 0. I is less than total users, I plus plus. Okay, document dot get element by tag name video, the index dot style dot width is equal to 100 divided by total number of users plus percentage. Okay, so it would divide 100% with the total number of users and put it in the percentage inside the style. So suppose there are 3 users, it would do 100 divided by 3%. Okay, any doubts in add video stream? We have our video tag, we have our stream, we have our name, we created the video, we put in the stream in the video tag, we played the video, right? We put in our name, we created a new div with a class of video grid, we put in the name, we put in the video tag, and we append it in the parent. We remove all the unused divs and we divided our screen into equal parts. Are there any doubts in this? Are there any doubts in this? Let me give you a revision very quick. So on the server side for PRJS, you require Express PS server. You call in the function and pass in the server that you have created using HTTP module. You serve your PRJS server in at a different URL /PRJS, right? You in your front end, you create a new object of this peer, right? You pass in the path at which that PRJS middleware is running. You pass in the actual server port, right? The host is at running at / and the port is 3030. Now, whenever you want to show your video to different persons, right? Or show your video over here without connecting to other persons. So you get it from Navigator dot get user media, video true, audio true. You get a stream, right? You set a stream to a video tag inside video dot source object. Video dot source object, you set the stream, you put it inside a div and show your video, right? Now, if a new user gets connected, you have to connect a new user. Basically, what it is doing is you make a call to that user ID with the stream, right? You create a video tag, you append that video tag with the stream from the call, right? And when the call ends, you remove that video tag and you remove the unnecessary divs. And if the user gets disconnected, you have a global object called peers. You remove that ID or close that specific peer connection. If you are receiving a call, so you will have it in peer.on call, right? Uh, Again, you have to put your stream to the other person. You have to receive their stream and show it on your device. To get your stream to the other person, you have get user media, you get your stream, you call in call.answer and put in your stream, right? You create a video, show that stream to uh, on your UI, right? And whenever you have a stream coming in, you show that inside your UI again. Whenever the peer is open, you emit join room so that everybody is broadcasted that you joined the room. Whenever there is a socket call for add name, you put the other user name over there, right? Um, this can be replaced over here, right? We have remove unused divs in this. Inside video grids, we take in all the divs. Whichever div does not have a video tag, we remove them, right? Connect to new user, we have already covered. Add video stream, we get a video tag, we get a stream, we get a name. We put in the stream to video tag inside source object. We play that video whenever it is ready, right? We create an h1 tag, we append the name inside h1 tag. We create a new div, we append it inside the video grids, right? We append the name and the video inside this div. We remove any unnecessary divs and uh, we divide the screen into multiple equal parts, right? Are there any doubts? Are there any doubts? No? Yes, please go through the code. Link is in the description. You would understand it much, much better. Right. Suppose you want to mute and unmute this. We have a button for muting and unmuting, right? Just for the audio. So we would have a function mute, unmute. Right. We would first check if this is enabled. This is a simple toggle, right? So we would first check if this is enabled. How would we check? My video stream dot get audio tracks. Okay, we have a function called get audio tracks that is serving your audio. Dot zero because we are using the only one audio right now. Dot enabled. This will give us whether the audio is enabled or disabled right now. Right? If it is enabled, we want to disable it. How would we disable it? Simply put false into this. Right? And you have to show it on the UI also. So document dot get element by ID mic dot style dot color equal to red. If it is disabled, you have to enable it, right? So the color should be white and it should not be false, it should be true. This is how you mute and unmute your stream. Okay. Same goes for video as well. Suppose you have it for video. Video mute unmute. Right? So in place of get audio tracks, just replace it with get video tracks. This will enable or disable your video. Okay? This is clear. So in your stream, you will get audio tracks and video tracks. If you want to enable or disable, just put their key value to false or true. That's it. Right? Okay. So this was all. This will simply, if you run this, npm run start here. We have a script called start here. So whenever you have a script over here, you use npm run, then whatever the key name is. So if I run npm run start here, it would run this command for me. PRJS hyphen port 8001. Right? And if I use npm run start or npm start, it would run this node server.js. So I have to run both of them over here. npm run start here and npm start. Right? This npm run start here is running PRJS port 8001 and npm start is running node server.js. Right? If I refresh now, everything is working fine. If I click on copy, it copies. If I open it in a different browser, we have two people over here. Let me mute so that echo does not happen. I can stop my video as well. Over here we have two people. I can stop the video, I can mute. Right? So this is all for this project. I can leave the meeting. Everything would restart. Leave the meeting from here as well. So yeah, this was all for today's class. Please re-see the video. I I am still thinking that you guys are a little confused. The code is in the description. Please go through the code. Main.js file is the front-end file. Server.js file is the backend file. I will meet you in the Mahasabha VC. Peace.